Greetings. On behalf of all the staff here in Bali, I'd like to welcome you to the Kuta Spa Resort. Are you checking in with us today? That's fantastic. Can I have your name? Here you are. Hello, we're so happy to have you. So you're only spending the weekend with us? I know, sometimes it's so hard to get away. But we are an all-inclusive resort here, so you should have a wonderful time and just get to relax. All of your food is included, as well as all the amenities. And for each 2-night stay here at the resort, you do get a complimentary spa treatment. Yes. Well, first let me tell you a little bit about what we have you scheduled for. We have all of your information, so we will only need an additional credit card when you check out. If you don't want to bill everything on the credit card we currently have on file from your call. We've upgraded you to a luxury suite. Yes, so you'll have a full large kitchen, dining area, living room with your own balcony overlooking the water, bedroom with a king-size bed, an ensuite bathroom with a jacuzzi tub, shower stall, and all the amenities you might need. Does that work for you? Great. And the only thing you will be charged for is any additional alcohol you decide to purchase. But as I said, all of your meals are complimentary. We do offer a complimentary Bali High cocktail. Yes, at any time during your stay. But additional alcohol will be charged to your room. All soft drinks, fruit drinks, coffee, tea are all complimentary. We do have a few wonderful things happening while you're here. Like I said, all of the amenities, all of the activities are complimentary. We do have a few things that you will want to book though. So this evening, we do have a really fun martini tasting. And that is the one occasion where your alcohol is complimentary because it is an activity. Correct, so I would definitely get in on that if you're interested. Would you like me to schedule you for that? We just need to know how many people will be coming so we make sure that we prepare the proper amount. All right, let me put you down for that for tonight. That will be at 7:30 this evening. Yes, and it's going to be in the beach lounge. So the one that overlooks the beach when you go into your right. You can't miss it. And while you're here, let's see, we also have a beach concierge who would be happy to arrange a beachfront cabana for you tomorrow. That's very nice to do while you're here because it does give you some shade if you would like to spend the day on the beach. There's enough room for 2 lounge chairs in the cabana, and we stock the cabana. We also have a walkie-talkie in there in case you need anything from the hotel. We're happy to bring it to you. So would you like to schedule that? Okay. What time would you like the beach concierge to meet you? 11 o'clock. Yeah, you want to be able to sleep in. Sure, I understand. And we do have breakfast downstairs in our Siang restaurant. Yes. And we also have the complimentary spa treatment. Have you had a chance to look at the spa menu that we emailed to you? Yes, we offer pretty much everything, but honestly, since you're here in Bali, I would highly recommend the Balinese massage. Would you like to go ahead and book that? Okay, what time would be good for you? Yes, we do have 4 o'clock available tomorrow with our Balinese massage therapist. Okay, so you're all booked for that. And then the other thing that we have going on that you won't want to miss is off of our Malam restaurant where we have dinner, we will have a puppet performance tomorrow night. Have you seen a puppet show in Bali before? No? Okay. Well, I know it sounds funny to have an evening puppet performance, but in Bali, puppet shows are not geared towards children by any means. They're a very popular form of entertainment. They include live music. You may have heard our Gender Wayang rehearsal in the courtyard. Those are the musicians that are preparing for tomorrow night. If you want to go into the courtyard, you can see them rehearsing. It's very interesting. 4 musicians that all play together. There are certain pieces that they're playing, but the amount of repetitions and when they move from one piece to another is directed by the dalang, or the puppeteer. Yes, so there's a bit of an improvisatory note, or at least the conductor tends to be conducting with puppets rather than with a baton. Yes, can you hear them now? It's definitely worth going over and seeing them rehearse. It's very impressive. They play with 2 hands, each playing different notes and using their wrists to dampen the notes. So it's worth watching. And we have Pak Gusti, who is our dalang for tomorrow night. I'm not sure what performance he will be doing, but he's very skilled. And although they are shadow puppet performances, so you will be sitting so that you're on the opposite side of the screen and you can see the shadows of the puppets. There'll be fire behind to light up the shadow puppets. I would highly recommend getting up and going behind the screen as well. That's not offensive in any way. It's perfectly acceptable. We have mats behind the screen as well, so you can sit on the floor and watch. And there you can see the puppeteer performing. And all of the puppets, although traditionally it is a shadow puppet performance, all the puppets are very intricately carved and painted. Right, so it's very interesting to go in the back and see the painted puppets, see how the dalang manipulates the puppets, see the beats that he plays with his feet, and then the musicians sit behind the screen as well. so you can go and see the musicians perform. It's not to be missed. It's something that is not often performed for tourists as much. Yeah, it tends to be more entertainment for the Balinese, so a lot of tourists don't see these type of performances, especially by a dalang as talented as Pak Gusti. Yeah, so definitely get to that tomorrow night. And we will have in your room all the information about any activities that are happening and any of the restaurants where you will be having your meals. You don't need to make a reservation, but it will have the hours of the restaurants in there. There's always room service available as well. Just call down to us if you need anything. Is there anything else that you need? I have your keys in the packet here. You're going to be up on the 3rd floor, so you'll have a beautiful view of the beach. And we'll see you at the martini tasting tonight. The beach concierge will meet you in the morning. And then we have your Balinese massage booked for that afternoon. It sounds like a lovely vacation to me. Well, if I can be of any help, just dial 0 on the phone in your room and we can send somebody up with anything you need, and we should be able to answer any questions that you have. Have an absolutely wonderful stay here at the spa resort in Bali. Okay, take care. Welcome. I'm so glad you could all come for our martini tasting today. Should be an awful lot of fun. We're going to try some really interesting martinis. They're pretty much some of our most favorite. So are you guys all ready? Okay, there are crackers and cheese over on the back table. Help yourself. Have whatever you would like. Okay. And we actually have our first martini already made, already poured, ready to go. And this is our most popular martini. It's called the Bikini Martini. And it is 1 fluid ounce of coconut rum, 3/4 fluid ounces of vodka, 1 fluid ounce of pineapple juice. Let me just set these down. And 1 dash of grenadine syrup. So we're going to give you all of these recipes. And for this one, you combine the rum, vodka, and pineapple juice in a drink shaker. Shake it firmly until frothy, and then pour in a martini glass. Add just a touch of grenadine in the middle and garnish with an orange wheel. Okay, so go ahead and have a taste of that. What do you think? Isn't that great? I'm going to have a sip too. And I apologize for not introducing myself. My name is Jess, and Wendy behind me will be making the martinis as we go. So she's already working on the next martini. So you guys can keep working on that, and she will start making our next one. we're pretty much giving you our most popular martinis. This next one is very similar. It's called our pineapple upside down cake martini. And it's made with 2/3 of a cup of pineapple juice, chilled, 1/3 of a cup of vanilla flavored vodka, 1 dash of grenadine syrup, 2 pineapple wedges, and 2 maraschino cherries. So you're going to pour the pineapple juice, same as last time, vodka, grenadine into a shaker full of ice, shake, and then strain into martini glasses. And then you're going to garnish with a piece of pineapple and a cherry on a skewer. So we'll come around and start passing those out. And as we do, take your time. We are in no rush. We are just here to have a good time. So just relax. I'm just going to tell you a little bit about the martinis that we're making today as you drink, talk, and have some cheese and crackers, okay? All right. So the martini is a cocktail made with gin and vermouth and garnished with an olive or lemon twist traditionally. Over the years, the martini has become one of the best-known mixed alcoholic beverages. It's often been called the only American invention as perfect as the sonnet. E.B. White called it the elixir of quietude. Now, for me personally, I am not a fan of traditional martinis. I don't like very bitter drinks, and I do find the gin and vermouth bitter for me. But I do really like these more fanciful martinis that are more popular nowadays. So that's why we're trying a lot of different options. The traditional method of preparation is to pour gin and dry vermouth into a mixing glass with ice cubes, stir, strain into a chilled cocktail glass, and then garnish with a green olive or a lemon peel. The ratio of gin to vermouth has been steadily increasing since the cocktail was created. A ratio of 1:1 was common at the turn of the century, and 3:1 or 4:1 martinis were typical during the 1930s or 1940s. During the latter part of the 20th century, 6:1, 8:1, 12:1, or even 50:1 or 100:1 martinis became considered the norm. And there have always been those who advocated the elimination of vermouth altogether. Yes, Noel Coward actually suggested that the ideal martini should be made by filling a glass with gin and then waving it in the general direction of Italy. Italy, along with France, is the major producer of vermouth. So again, the martini was often very popular with writers and was often mentioned in creative processes and actually in books themselves. There are a number of variations on the traditional martini, of which we are going to have a few today, but of course the most popular or most well-known is the James Bond's vodka martini, shaken, not stirred. Yes, so it can also be made with vodka. Martini may also be served on the rocks, that is, with the ingredients poured over cubes and then served in an old-fashioned glass. And you may have heard the term dirty martini, and that contains a splash of olive brine or olive juice and is typically garnished with an olive. A perfect martini uses equal amounts of sweet and dry vermouth. Are there any questions? Okay, well, let's move on to the next martini. And if you have any questions, please do not hesitate to ask. So the next very popular martini is our cranberry martini. So this is 1.5 fluid ounces or 1 jigger of vodka, half a fluid ounce of orange liqueur, half a fluid ounce of dry vermouth, and 2 jiggers, or again 1.5 fluid ounces of cranberry juice. We pour that into a cocktail shaker. Shake vigorously as we show. We're going to pour that out into your martini glasses. And we'll pass those around. Now we're going to garnish those with some cranberries. You can put salt, or in this case, you'd probably put sugar on the rim of the martini glass if you're trying to get fancy. But this is another lovely martini recipe. You really do want to know your measurements. You can, bartenders can sort of casually toss ingredients in, but they really probably have made these drinks so many times that they can by eye make a perfect pour. To a true aficionado, the amount of ingredients included play a key role in the taste and lingering flavor of the drink. Martini recipes can talk about either ounces, splashes, jiggers, dashes, ponies, and parts. There's a lot of different terms, and often you have to look them up. Our recipes all will have ounces or jiggers. You can also sometimes find fingers, drops, and centiliters. Yeah, but again, all of our recipes are going to be pretty basic. We want you to be able to replicate this at home and share this experience with your friends. But you do want to be very careful with the measurements. It can really affect the drink, especially if you want them to taste what you tasted here. And it's fine to experiment, but realize you're creating a new recipe, and you kind of have to learn the rules of making a good martini first before you experiment too much. Okay, so are you ready for the next one? All right. Dirty martinis are very popular, but we're actually not going to make one today because we found that the majority of our guests do not enjoy them. Again, because they're very bitter. They're bitter, and then they're also sour, I think, with the little bit of olive juice in them. So some people love them, and that's wonderful if you do. But I'm not a big fan, and most of our guests aren't either. So we are going to go on to a now very popular and have become almost a classic chocolate martini. And this will include 4 fluid ounces of chocolate liqueur, 3 fluid ounces of vodka, and 1 ounce square of semi-sweet chocolate grated. So we're just going to put in the cocktail mixer the chocolate liqueur and vodka. Again, this is probably our most simple, delicious but simple martini drinks. Okay, and then we're going to strain it. This makes 2 martinis, this recipe. And then we're going to put the shaved chocolate on top as a garnish. So we're going to pass those around. Okay. You can try those. I'm going to actually have a sip of that myself. I try not to drink too much on these, as we do have several martinis, and I may not make much sense by the end if I have much. Okay. And while you enjoy those, I can talk a little bit about the history. The exact origin of the martini is unclear. Numerous cocktails with names and ingredients similar to the modern-day martini were first seen in bartending guides in the late 19th century. So, for example, the 1888 Bartender's Manual, there was a recipe for a drink that consisted of half a wine glass of gin and half a wine glass of vermouth. So again, very, very similar. In 1863, an Italian vermouth maker started marketing their product under the brand name Martini. This product is still available today, although it is now better known as Martini and Rossi, which most of you have. So another popular theory suggests it evolved from a cocktail called Martinez, served in the Occidental Hotel in San Francisco. Sometime in the early 1860s, which people frequented before taking an evening ferry to the nearby town of Martinez. Alternatively, the people of Martinez say the drink was first created by a bartender in their town, or maybe the drink was named after the town. So again, there's a lot of theories going around out there. Another one says that the first dry martini was created by a bartender at the Knickerbocker Hotel in New York City in 1911 or 1912. There's another belief that the martini was invented in San Francisco. And that's by the self-styled Court of Historical Review in San Francisco. They decided that it was made there. And a court in Martinez, California, recently overturned this decision. Again, these courts have neither legal or academic authority. They are primarily for entertainment. So, there's people being silly. But again, if you've ever gone to Singapore and gone to the Raffles Hotel, you can see that being considered the home of a drink, like the Singapore slang, you can charge about 4 times or even more than everyone else does for that drink, and people will still come to sit at your bar and have this signature drink where it was created. So there is some significant money floating around. If one of these hotels could definitively prove that they were the home of the martini, there would probably be a considerable tourist trade around it. During Prohibition, the relative ease of illegal gin manufacture led to the martini's rise as the predominant cocktail of the mid-20th century in the United States, which is one of the reasons it's such a popular drink today. With the repeal of Prohibition and the ready availability of quality gin, the drink became progressively drier. In the 70s and 80s, the martini came to be seen as old-fashioned and was replaced by more intricate cocktails with wine spritzers, but the mid-1990s saw a resurgence in the drink and an explosion of these new versions that we're trying now. And again, some of the new drinks that include the word martini or the suffix teeny at the end, like apple teenies, peach martini, the chocolate one we just had, these are named after the martini cocktail glass. So they use and generally contain vodka. And again, they're served in a martini glass, but as we see from what a traditional martini is, they don't share a lot with the gin and vermouth straight martini, but they're a lot of fun, so we're going to have them anyway. So the next martini that we are going to try is a blueberry vodka martini. So Wendy is going to mix this one up. Actually, I think she's already working on it, with 1 liter of vodka and a pint of blueberries, rinsed and dried. So we're going to pour out 1/3 of the bottle of vodka into a holding container and set it aside. And then we're going to score each of the blueberries with a small nick and place it into the vodka bottle, which Wendy has done before. With the vodka previously set aside, we're going to fill the vodka bottle until it's just below the neck. Add just enough raspberry liqueur to top off the bottle. And then you let that sit in a dark place for 2 weeks. So we did this, again, we do this martini tasting every week here at the hotel. So what we do is about pretty much the day after each martini tasting, we're going to make a new bottle of this sort of blueberry vodka liqueur with the raspberry in it. So then Wendy put that in a cocktail shaker with ice. And it's 2 parts of the blueberry vodka, 1 part raspberry liqueur, and then a dash of lime juice. And again, Wendy's got that already. Thank you, Wendy. I'm going to pour those and pass them around. Now, this is always nice if you're trying to impress your friends. I'm going to garnish it with a little lime zest. And again, to show that you sort of made this blueberry vodka, always is sort of impressive. So it's one where you want to pull out this elaborate vodka bottle with the blueberries in it and then make that martini in front of your friends. Again, it's just shaking it in a shaker with a little bit more raspberry liqueur and the lime juice. But again, it looks very impressive, and it looks like you put a lot of thought into your party. Which you probably did if you, at least 2 weeks before, made this blueberry vodka. But again, it's not a lot of work to make it. It just takes some time, and it's very impressive. So we pass those around. Again, if you want to take some time and have some cheese, have some crackers. I hope everybody's having fun. And now we're going to make an awesome apple martini. Again, apple martinis are always so popular, and sometimes they're called apple-tinis. This will probably be the last martini that we have. Unless Wendy has something up her sleeve I don't know of. So this is 1 fluid ounce of apple schnapps, 1 fluid ounce of vodka, and 1 fluid ounce of apple juice. Again, this is a nice sweet drink. And you're going to just put all of those in the shaker, mix well, and then pour out into your martini glasses. And if you want to garnish, you can use a Granny Smith apple that you've sliced in the middle. Just put on the edge. Yep, we have some here. We'll pass those around. And we'll give you a chance to ask some questions. And if you have any favorites that you'd like to try again, I know Wendy has leftover And a lot of people will claim that high-priced spirits won't make a drink taste better, but we don't agree here at the hotel. We feel like the cheap spirits have a huge impact on how the martini tastes. We like to use good vodka, good gin, and you'll be glad you spent the extra money, especially if you're doing like a martini tasting party for your friends. Saving a few dollars is fine, but not when it comes to making kind of the perfect martini drink. So, do splurge on the good stuff. It does really make a difference in a lot of these drinks. Okay. All right, so shaken, not stirred. All right. Well, I'm not going to talk about shaken, not stirred too much because it really is preference. But when you shake your martini, you can really control the flavor of your martini simply by modifying your shaking. So, vigorous shaking dilutes your drink more. Smooth shaking mixes the ingredients. So, if you want your martini to have a concentrated flavor that takes people by surprise, again, you want to shake it enough so that the ingredients are mixed, but shaking it too vigorously will dilute it as well. Now, some of us like our drinks a little bit more diluted, and you may know your friends that would like a more diluted drink, so you can oblige without watering down their drink specifically. Now, the one exception to that is if you're using heavy cream-based liqueurs. In that case, you really want to shake it well to make sure that it's properly mixed. You don't want your cream sitting on the bottom or the top of the glass. That doesn't look pretty. And again, I hate to say this, but you really want to make sure that everything you're using is very clean. Especially if you're doing multiple martinis, we have lots of shakers. We have lots of different implements that we can use, so we can just throw them in the sink, and we have staff that will come and wash them. So sometimes it's tempting to reuse something, but again, it will really alter the taste. Even the ice from your freezer, you need to make sure that's clean. That will alter the taste. And the main reason is martinis are very simple drinks. Many of these have 3 ingredients, sometimes just 2. If you're making a traditional martini, it's 2 ingredients. This means that the flavor can easily be contaminated if your ice has been sitting in your freezer for too long. It may have absorbed the odors of other foods in your freezer, and it can ruin an otherwise great martini. And again, martinis are really a matter of personal taste. What you think is a perfect martini, somebody else may think is terrible. So that's one of the reasons why these martini tastings are fun, because you give a lot of different options, and usually everyone at the party can find one that they like. And you can even find people who will tell you that they don't like martinis. Usually by the end of a tasting, they've found at least one that they really enjoy. Any other questions that you have? Okay. Well, Wendy, do you have any specialty martinis that you've come up with as a surprise? You usually do. Oh, you've done a lemon drop? Okay. So I'm going to pass out the recipe for this. Wendy usually comes up with something special, and a lemon drop is lovely. And we have these very cute spacey martini glasses we can give you. So does everybody have a recipe now? Okay. So the way that you make a lemon drop is you're going to moisten the edges of a martini glass with a little lime juice, and then dip the moistened edge into sugar. That's how, if you want to do sugar or salt, again, you wouldn't do salt on most martinis, but if you want to do sugar, and then you're going to place a lemon zest strip in the glass. And Wendy has combined the vodka, which you're going to use 1 jigger of citron vodka, so 1.5 fluid ounces, lime juice, and you're going to use half an ounce of lime juice, sweet and sour mix, and that's 1 ounce of sweet and sour mix, and your ice in a shaker. And then you're going to strain it out into your martini glass. Again, the sugar was just on the side. And then there's your lemon drop. So it's really lime juice rather than lemon juice, and then the citron vodka. Well, I hope you guys have had a lot of fun. This has been a lot of fun for me. I love doing these. I really do love martinis, and it's always fun to try the different kinds and pick your favorites and get to discuss them. And since you guys are here in the hotel and you all have your own kitchens, we do sell most of the products to use to make the martinis in our store. So you can even go back to your room and do another martini tasting with your favorites for anyone else you have staying here who wasn't able to make it tonight, or throw a party. Okay. Well, this was so much fun. I'm so glad you all came. Feel free to stay and mingle. Again, we have you here in the lounge, so you're welcome to spend as much time here as you'd like, and the crackers and cheese are in the back. And thank you all for coming. It was a wonderful time. Okay. Take care. Just follow me. I'll be your beach concierge today. My name is Jess, and I'll show you to your private cabana out on the beach. Yes, we have a private beach here, which is nice because in Bali there are a lot of beach hoppers. So it's kind of nice to be able to sit on the beach and not worry about being bothered. But if you do decide to go for a walk, there will be hawkers farther down the beach. If you decide you do want to purchase anything or have a massage on the beach or have your hair braided or anything like that. Some people like the hawkers, some people don't. So again, it's not much of a walk, and there are plenty of people selling things if you're interested. Yeah, so just come with me. Let me just head down here. And we do have some water already in the cabana, as well as some sand toys. I know you don't have any children with you, but the sand toys are fun for everyone. So we do have those. How are you enjoying your vacation in Bali so far? You're having a good time? Oh, you're only here for the weekend. Well, hopefully you can spend some time in your cabana and just relax and enjoy yourself. And you can let me know if there's anything that I can get you. I'm happy to get anything that you need. And we do have a little walkie-talkie that's in the cabana that you can use to reach out to us in the hotel. Yeah, we don't want you to have to leave the cabana for anything. We're happy to bring you drinks. We're happy to bring you magazines, books, suntan lotion if you need it. Anything you might need. And the water is beautiful today. It's a little windy up here, but I think as we get closer to the water, you won't notice the wind as much. Have you ever been to Bali before? Oh, good. So you come pretty regularly. That's nice. Wonderful. Well, I highly recommend go see the wayang kulit, the puppet performance at the hotel. We have a wonderful dalang who's going to be performing. His name is Pak Gusti, and he does speak English, so you can see the performance in English. It's nice to see them in Balinese or Indonesian, but obviously if you don't speak the language it's hard to follow, so it's kind of nice to see them in English as well, so that you can get an idea of what the themes are and the stories are. Yes, that should be a lot of fun. And I know the musicians performing as well, and they're very talented. And if you get a chance to talk to Gusti afterwards, he's a very interesting man. He lived in the United States for a while, and he's just a good person to talk to. He is a puppeteer as well as a dancer. He's a very talented dancer, and he's a musician. He teaches over at the college. And we're very lucky to have him come and do performances for us every once in a while. So this is your plan. You can have a seat. Get comfortable. We do have enough room for 2 lounge chairs in here. So you should have everything you need. Would you like a magazine from the hotel? We have Latitudes, which is an expat magazine in English that's here, as well as Time or some Australian newspapers. Do either of those interest you? Like a copy of Latitudes? Okay, I'm happy to get that for you. I'll bring you out a couple of copies. Would you like anything to drink? Sure, I can get you a couple of sodas. Wonderful. No problem. I will be right back shortly. Make yourself comfortable. Again, the walkie-talkie is right there if you change what you would like. And we do have the sand toys if you decide you want to start making a sandcastle. Okay, I'll be back shortly. All right. here you go. I brought you a few sodas in a bucket with some ice. And if you need anything else, just call us on the walkie-talkie. And I did bring you a few copies of Latitudes. It's a very interesting magazine. This one actually has an article by me in it. I'm good friends with the editor of this magazine, and although I'm not much of a writer, I don't enjoy it very much. She asked if I would write her something, and so I did write a piece about studying singing in Java. Yeah, I work here part-time as a concierge and as a massage therapist, but when I'm not working, I study music. Yes, I mostly study Javanese music, but the college here has a really excellent Javanese music teacher. Yeah, so I wrote a little article for her. Yeah, but this has a lot of information, and as it's written by expats, it's very interesting about the culture here in Bali. It's mostly articles by people who live here now. Yes, my husband and I both live here full time. We both study music. Yes, he's a teacher as well. But I just study it for the love of the music. And I do play some Balinese music as well, but the singing is very, very different, very difficult, so I have not attempted Balinese singing yet. I may in the future. Of course. No problem. Sure, I brought you a couple of these, so feel free to read and enjoy, and give me a buzz on the walkie-talkie if you need anything else, okay? Alright. Bye-bye. Hello, I'm so sorry to bother you on the walkie-talkie, but I was wondering if you would be interested in your complimentary Bali Spa cocktail. Yes, I could bring that to you right down on the beach, nice and cold. Okay, I'll bring that to you shortly. Alright. Oh. Here you go. Here's your drink. Have you ever had a Bali High cocktail before? Would you like me to tell you what's in it? Okay. Well, it's 1 ounce Okolihau liqueur. You ever had that? It's an alcoholic spirit whose main ingredient is the root of the Thai plant. Yeah, it's a very interesting taste. Hawaiians discovered that if the tide is cold, a sweet liquid migrates to the surface of the root. Chemically, the heat changes the starch in the root into a fermentable sugar. The baked root is then soaked in a vat of water, which dissolves the sugar, and then fermentation begins. Right, this is then fermented into a highly alcoholic spirit, and it's actually the only indigenous distilled liqueur on Hawaii. Yeah, I think you should really like it. It's delicious. So we import the Okalehau liqueur. It's got a half an ounce of light rum, a quarter of an ounce of orange juice, a quarter of an ounce of pineapple juice, a quarter of an ounce of guava nectar, passion fruit juice, just a spoonful, a bar spoon, a quarter of an ounce of orgeat, and then it's got 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice and 2 ounces of champagne. So we put all but the champagne in a cocktail shaker. Right, and then fill that with ice and shake vigorously for 20 seconds. And pour into a cocktail glass and just top with the champagne. Oh, there's one of our horses. There aren't a lot of horses on Bali, but we do have a small stable so that we can take guests on beach rides. Right. Oh, you wanted ice cream orgeat? Okay, it's a sweet syrup, and it's made from almonds, sugar, and rose water or orange flower water. So in this case, it's rose water. It tastes like almond, and it's actually most common in a Mai Tai. In Spanish, it's called horchata. Right. Yeah, there are several different names for it. But yeah, it's just an extra little delicious flavoring. Okay, well, I'm going to leave you alone now and allow you to just enjoy your drink, enjoy your magazine, and relax. Okay? Have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye. give you a traditional Balinese massage today. Balinese massage consists of a combination of different techniques from various cultures that the Balinese people adopted and used to create their own unique style. From 600 to 800 AD, Hinduism and Buddhism were brought to what is now called Indonesia. And this Hindu influence from India brought over Ayurvedic healing techniques for massage. Oils and herbs were introduced. And from China came Buddhism and acupressure techniques. In Bali, massage is traditionally used for healing, but as the island grew in tourism, they began to have more relaxing massages, as the traditional healing massage was often rather painful. So now they have a combination of this Ayurvedic massage and acupressure massage and a bit of Swedish massage so that it's not quite so harsh. And the Balinese call this campur campur, which is sort of a mix of different things. And that is the current Balinese massage that we will be doing today. So I see you're comfortable on the table, and what I'm going to do is just keep your back covered for a moment, and I'm going to stretch the back, pushing on the blanket from your hip to your shoulders, just stretching out your back, and then using my palms down your legs, from your thighs down your calves to your feet. I'm going to press my thumbs into your feet in 5 lines, from the toes down to the heel, using one thumb on each foot. And now I'm going to grasp the skin at the bottom of your legs, pulling the blanket up to your hips, to just the base of your thigh, not all the way up to your hips, and grabbing a bit of the skin. I'm going to roll the skin all the way up to the top of your thigh. And by rolling, it means I grasp a little bit of the skin with my thumbs and then finger walk my first and second fingers, sort of pinching a bit of the skin and rolling it up the leg. There are some areas where you can't grasp enough skin, so I'll just press my thumb along those areas. But for the most part, you can grab the skin. That allows us to pull the fascia away from the muscles and just loosen up the skin and the muscles. Let me do your other leg. Now I'm going to use my thumbs, and down the center line of your legs, I'm going to just thumb walk, alternating one thumb after the other, up from your ankles to the top of your thighs. Is the pressure okay? Yes, in traditional massage it would be much harder, but I don't want you to be sore or bruised, so you just let me know what pressure is comfortable for you. And let me do your other leg. How does that feel? Okay. And now I'm going to squeeze your leg up and down, almost like I was a cat kneading on your legs, alternating hands. And then the other leg. And now pressing my palms up and down your back over the blanket. Just warming up your back. Pressing my palms on either side of your spine. Now I'm going to uncover your back and walk my thumbs next to the spine from the base of the neck all the way down to the top of your hips, staying on either side of the spine, never actually pressing on the spine, but you have spinal muscles that run all up and down your spine a few centimeters from the actual bone, and that's what I'm going to be pressing on all the way down to your hips. And now rolling the skin, again using my thumb and my fingers to pinch a little bit of skin, and then rolling, pushing with my thumbs and walking my fingers so that that little piece of skin can slide a little bit of the skin all the way down from your shoulders to the top of your hips. Does that feel okay? Now my husband loves skin rolling, and it really just depends on your skin. Some people, you can't grasp their skin. The fascia underneath the skin is kind of what we call sticky, so it doesn't release from the muscles underneath easily. I know with my husband I can easily pick up the skin. He doesn't have sticky fascia, but it's still good even if you can't pick up much of the skin. It helps to make that fascia slide a little bit more smoothly. So it's a good practice to do, but I don't want to pinch you either. Your skin seems to be good for rolling. Okay. Now I'm going to cover your back. And just warm up your whole body, pressing on your legs. And I'm going to start with your left leg, applying oil. And I have some nice frangipani oil here. It smells really wonderful and flowery. And I'm just going to use long strokes, zigzagging up and down your leg. And then squeezing the muscles and sliding my hand down, pumping with the base of my hand on the muscles all the way down your thigh, to slide my thumb up the center of the leg. This is really important to do in the calf because there are two large muscles that actually you can slide your thumb in between and separate them in your calf, back of your calf. And now I'm going to do another long stroke from your heel up to the top of your thigh. And then I'm going to do what I call crabbing, which is kind of using all 5 fingers to kind of pinch the skin a little bit. Just quickly, just kind of grabbing the skin and pulling it up. That is one thing about Balinese massage. It isn't all long strokes and soothing. Some of it is kind of fast, but it is a really good technique to help relax the muscles. Now I'm going to alternate my thumbs all the way up your leg, from your heel, up your calf, and up your thigh, and then slide my hand back down. Then I'm going to apply some oil to the foot. Not too much, and I want you to be careful when you get up because you will have a little bit of oil on your feet. And let me bend your leg at the knee, and I'm going to rotate your ankle around, just comfortably, clockwise and then counterclockwise. I'm going to press my thumbs around the sides and top of the ankle, and then sliding my hands down your calf. Then I'm going to take my fist and lightly pound the bottom of your foot. And lower your leg down to the mat. And then go all the way up your leg again. And again, I'm going to crab the muscles a little bit, just pinching them. And then I'm going to use a loose hand. So the fingers aren't all together, they're a bit spread, but I'm going to lightly karate chop down your leg. Now I'm going to slide my thumbs down the sole of your foot, and then slide my knuckles down the sole of your foot. And then I'm going to cover your leg back up and stretch your leg between the heel and the top of the thigh. Just stretching those muscles, pushing with my hands, one near your heel, one at the top of your thigh. And then again with your other leg, applying oil with long strokes, zigzagging down from the top of your thigh, and then a long stroke up. And now I'm going to squeeze the muscles and slide my hand down with a pumping action, using the base of my hand, the heel of my hand, to just push into the muscle like I was pumping it. I'm going down, not using any pressure on the back of the knee, just avoiding that area. And then I'm going to slide my thumbs up the center of the leg. And do long strokes up and down the legs, just warming the muscles. And then doing some crab movements up and down the legs, just warming up those muscles some more. And then using alternating thumbs in half circles up your leg. Does that feel good? Okay, and then I'm going to slide my hands back down to your ankle and apply a little bit of lotion to your foot. And bend your knee and rotate the ankle clockwise and counterclockwise. And pressing my thumbs around the side and top of the ankle. Now I'm going to slide my hands down the calf. And again, using a loose fist, I'm going to lightly pound the bottom of the foot. And then place your leg back down on the mat. I'm going to use long strokes up the entire leg. Just relaxing those muscles. And then grabbing the muscles again. And again, using a loose hand, karate chopping the leg. It doesn't hurt, but again, it is an invigorating massage, not just relaxing. And then sliding my thumbs down the sole of your foot, and then using my knuckles down the sole of your foot, and placing the blanket back over your leg, using one hand towards your ankle and one hand up towards your the top of your thigh. I'm just going to press in either direction, stretching your leg. Now I'm going to move to your back and uncover your back. And I'm going to apply a lot of lotion with a zigzagging motion down and then a long stroke back up. Do that a few more times to completely cover your back with lotion. Now I'm going to slide my thumbs on either side of your spine. Again, where I was using thumb pressure before, just pressure points, now I'm sliding it down. And then I'm going to use my thumb in small circles, the top of your hips and your lower back. And then just using long strokes all up and down your back to warm up the muscles. Now I'm going to slide my thumbs over your left shoulder and then down your arm to your elbow. Then I'm going to do some more skin rolling from the top of your shoulders all the way down. It's a little bit harder to do when you have lotion on because the skin's so much slipperier. So much slipperier, so much more slippery. See, I'm getting so relaxed myself I can't talk. Alright. Does that feel good? Alright, now I'm going to use my thumb around your shoulder blade, slightly sliding my thumb underneath the bottom of your shoulder blade to get at the muscles underneath your scapula. And then I'm going to use my thumb over your upper shoulder, towards your neck, and then slide my knuckles from your shoulder up to your neck. Not using a lot of pressure on your neck, but just repeating that movement with my knuckles to allow the shoulders to relax. Now I'm going to circle my thumbs over the left side of your neck and slide my thumbs up your neck. And again, using my hands on either side of your spine, just sliding down to the top of your hips and then sliding back up a few times. Now I'm going to slide my thumb over your right shoulder and down the arm to the elbow. Just relaxing that shoulder. And on the right side, rolling the skin on the side of the spine down to the hips. And then using my thumb all around your shoulder blade, going under the scapula a bit. Does that feel uncomfortable? Some people don't like going under the scapula. When I was in massage school, my teacher really believed in rotator cuff work, and she would place my hand on my low back and really dig under my scapula. And for some reason, it just grosses me out, and I can't. I don't like people doing work under my scapula. And I think we all have those little pet peeves with massage, so please, if anything feels uncomfortable, let me know. I have a friend who doesn't want me to go anywhere near her kneecaps, because again, that just, for some reason, freaks her out, so I will not be offended by any of your own little massage pet peeves. We all have them. Now I'm going to slide my thumbs up over your shoulder and towards the neck. And then using my knuckles again from your shoulder joint up to your neck on the right hand side. Circling my thumbs over the left side of the neck. And then sliding my thumbs up the neck. And again, using my hands on either side of your spine and just sliding down. And then sliding my hands back up from the top of your hips. Now, standing above your head, I'm going to just slide my hands along the neck on either side. And then I'm going to use my knuckles on either side of your neck, just gently, not using a lot of pressure on your neck. Now I'm going to circle my fingers into the back of your head, just really getting a little bit of a scalp massage on the back of your head. We'll give you a brush for your hair when we're all done. Now again, just sliding my hands down either side of your back and back up. Now moving to the left hand side, I'm just going to alternate hands and slide them all the way from one side of your back to the other side, just back and forth, using gentle friction, moving slightly down with each movement as I move to the top of your hips, and then going back up a little bit faster now. Okay, and again using loose hands, I'm going to karate chop all up and down your back. Not karate chopping around the low back, because we want to avoid the kidneys. And now covering your back up. I'm going to press my palms all up and down your back, just using some extra pressure to release all of the muscles. Okay, and I'm going to have you flip over and slide down so your head's on the table, not on the cradle. Okay, are you comfortable? Are you feeling good? Relaxed? But invigorated, right? Okay. So now I'm going to start on your right leg, and I'm going to press all over the front of the entire leg, moving from your hip down. No pressure on your knee, of course. And light pressure on your calf, because right at the front is a large bone, not a muscle. So pushing to the sides of that bone. And now I'm going to squeeze your leg like a cat, going from your ankle up in the top of your thigh. Okay, and now I'm going to apply some oil to the front of your leg, removing the blanket, of course. And I'm just going to use long strokes from your ankle to the top of your thigh. Now I'm going to circle my fingers around the sides of the ankles. And I'm going to circle around your knee, not actually touching the kneecap. Does that bother you at all? No. Okay, most people it doesn't. Now I'm going to squeeze the muscles of the thigh using alternate hands. And then I'm going to wring my hands, so alternating hands as if I was giving you an arm burn, but because it's your thigh and it's such a big muscle, it actually doesn't hurt at all, and just kind of wringing that muscle on either side. I'm not trying to pinch the skin at all. Does that feel okay? Alright. Now I'm going to have you bend your knee. And I'm going to slide my hands downward on the calf on either side of that large bone, getting the muscle. And then let me lower your leg again. And I'm just going to do long strokes from your ankle to the top of your thigh. And then I'm going to slide my thumb between the bones on the top of the foot. And then squeeze and pull each toe. Sort of wringing my fingers back and forth on the toe and pulling a little bit. And then sliding my thumbs over the sole of the foot. And then rotating the ankle either direction, both directions. Then I'm going to push your toes back, push your whole foot back, the ball of your foot, as if I was pushing it towards your head. And then I'm going to point your toes. And then I'm going to cover your leg back up and just cat squeeze over the leg. And then I'm going to grab your leg underneath the heel of your foot and the top of your foot and just gently pull. Use a little bit of traction to release all the muscles. Now I'm going to move to your left leg, and I'm going to press over the front of your entire leg. And now palm squeeze the leg like a cat, alternating hands. Avoiding the knee. And then I'm going to move the blanket off of your left leg and apply some lotion. Long strokes strokes from your ankle up to the top of your thigh. Now I'm going to circle my fingers around your ankles. And then circle the knee all around, doing little circles all around the kneecap. And now I'm going to squeeze the muscle of the thigh, grasping with my hands, my thumbs, and my fingers. And now I'm going to wring my hands back and forth. And lift your leg up a little bit. And slide my hand downward on your calf. And then lowering your leg again and doing long strokes all the way from your ankle to the top of your thigh. And then sliding my thumb between the bones on your left foot, the top of your left foot, and squeezing and pulling the toes. And then sliding my thumbs over the sole of the foot and rotating the ankle. Okay, ankle cracked a little bit there. Both directions. And then pushing your foot back towards your head and then pointing your toes. Now I'm going to cover your leg again and cat squeeze all over the leg. And then grabbing under your heel and the top of your foot and slightly pulling. Get some traction from that foot. Now would you like me to do a stomach massage? It is common, but some people are uncomfortable with it. Do you want to try it? And if it makes you uncomfortable, I'll stop. Okay. So I'm going to have you hold the towel over your chest. Often in Balinese massage, you would not be kept covered in your chest, but we will for now, just to make sure, because you're new to this, make sure you're comfortable. So hold this towel. I'm going to pull the blanket down to get to your stomach, and I'm going to apply oil to the stomach. And I'm going to slide my hands around in a clockwise direction. On your stomach, you always want to go clockwise because you always want to go the direction that your intestines go. So you don't want to cause any problems with that with anyone. Now I'm going to slide my hands up from the waist towards the stomach. So going from your waist in. And now I'm going to slide my thumbs down under the ribs, under the rib cage, just gently following the rib cage, but not pressing on the rib, just underneath. And then sliding my hands down over the ribs and up at the waist. And that's all for the stomach. I'm going to cover you back up. And I'm going to apply oil to your left arm. And I'm going to hold your hand up while stroking the arm in a downward direction. So going from your wrist down your forearm. Now I'm going to squeeze your hand and slide my thumb up into the muscle of the upper arm And then of the forearm, just sliding my thumbs from the wrist up to the elbow. Now I'm going to do this in the back of your arm as well, sliding my thumbs. And on the back of your forearm, long strokes from the wrist up to the elbow. Now I'm going to squeeze your arm up and down with my right hand. And now with my left hand, just squeezing the muscles all the way from your shoulder down to your wrist. I'm going to lower your arm and circle my thumb over the inside of your wrists, and then press my thumb into the palm of your hand, circling the thumb over the palm. Then I'm going to hold your wrist and rotate your hand clockwise and then counterclockwise. And then push your hand back and then push your hand forward, just gently, just to release that joint. Now I'm going to squeeze each finger and pull. Isn't it amazing how good that feels? Your hands do so much work during the day. And now I'm going to squeeze the web of the hand on the top of the hand, in between the bones. And then again, I'm going to squeeze your arm up and down, and then slide back down to your hand. And now I'm going to move to your left arm. Sorry, your right arm. Okay, just going to apply oil to your right arm. Sorry, I still have to hold my hands out in front of me to see which hand makes an L to know my left and right. And I'm going to stroke your arm in a downward direction. And then squeeze your hand. And then sliding my thumbs into your upper arm, sliding from the elbow up to the shoulder, and then sliding from your wrist up to your elbow. And now the back of your arm, again sliding my thumb from the elbow to the shoulder. And then from the wrist up to the elbow, sliding my thumbs in a long stroke. Now I'm going to squeeze the arm up and down with my right hand. And then again with my left hand. And then I'm going to circle my thumb over your inner wrist, and then press my thumbs in circles over the palm of your hand. It's releasing all the muscles in your hand. And now, stretching your hand back and forward. And squeezing each finger and pulling. Yeah, I love hand massage. I get manicures often and don't even have them paint my hands. I just want the massage. Paint my nails. So now I'm going to squeeze the web of the hand on the back of your hand, between the bones. And then again, squeezing your arm up and down from your wrist up to your shoulders. And then sliding my hand all the way back down and squeezing your hand. Now I'm going to sit down behind you. And I'm going to apply oil to your upper chest, sliding from your neck across your chest, over your shoulders, and then back up to the back of your neck. And now I'm going to slide my thumbs over the top of your shoulders, and then use my thumbs to do pressure points, 3 pressure points from your neck out towards your shoulders, not on the bones, on that the part that you instinctively go to massage when your neck and your shoulders are tight. Just moving half an inch and holding in with my thumbs. Now I'm going to turn your head to the left and stroke down the side of the neck, stretching the neck muscle as I massage. Now turning your head to the right, and again stroking down the side of the neck. And then placing your head center again, using my hands to stroke up and down the back of the neck on either side, and squeezing the back of the neck with my hand. And then sliding my fingers up and holding at the base of the skull, at the occipital points, right at the base of the skull. There's 2 little indentations where your thumbs and fingers sort of naturally go. And it feels so good to just use some extra pressure there. Now I'm going to use some antibacterial gel before face massage. And I'm going to press down on your forehead with both hands. And slide your fingers along the jawbone. Pressing fingers around the mouth and the nose. All the way up to the forehead. Pressing 3 points across the forehead from the center using both hands and 3 fingers, just pressing out from the center out to the temples. And then sliding my index finger up from the nose to the forehead and sliding back down. Sliding back to the sides of the temples and circling my thumbs on your temples. Doesn't that feel wonderful? Now I'm going to press 3 points again with 3 fingers down the center of the top of the head. So working from your hairline back to the crown of your head. And then doing finger circles with both hands on your scalp. Pulling strands of hair. Again, we will give you a new brush when we're done. There's no way for your hair to stay styled with this massage. Okay, and now I'm going to press down on your forehead with both hands and slide my fingers across to the temples and circle the temples. Doing that again, sliding from the center with both hands and circling your temples. And one more time. And then pressing with both my hands down on your forehead, gently. Now I'm going to have you hold the blanket to your chest and hold on to me, and I'm going to sit you up. Okay. Then I'm going to press my thumbs into the back of your neck. And thumb press around the shoulders. I'm going to squeeze and slide my fingers up along the neck. And then using my thumbs, I'm going to thumb press down the side of your spine on either side. Now I'm going to knead the shoulders. And then slide my hands down the back, just all the way from your shoulders down to your hips. And then again, using loose hands, I'm just going to chop all down your back, just to enliven the muscles again after all that relaxation, so that you're ready for the rest of the day. Stress-free, but able to stay awake. Okay, how do you feel? It's a different kind of massage than a basic Swedish, which most of us receive. I'm really glad you tried it today. I'm gonna leave you to get dressed, and I'll have some tea waiting for you when you're all done. I'll be waiting out in the relaxation area of the spa. Thanks. See you soon.